excited. It's the holiday season. You know, today I even wore one of my special pieces of jewelry. Look at this. Yeah, it's the Zodiac. Well, hello, Tubies. It's Psychic Bob. Well, I'm hanging out here today with Lamb Chop, and we've been talking about the holidays coming and everything that's happening, and he's been learning a little bit about astrology. And look, how do you like my big Zodiac wheel pendant, huh? Check that out. See all the signs? It's like my big wheel back here. Oh, it is so good to have you here. Well, let's see who all's here today. Oops, hold on. Let me put on my glasses. Don't be shy. Everybody likes you. Okay. There you go. All right. Oh, my gosh. So let's see who all's here today. Oh, my gosh. There's Kim Osmer. Hey, Kim. Good to see you. Welcome. Oh, there's Queen Cola Bob's here. Queen Cola Bob's is our moderator. Yeah, sit proper. Queen Colabobs is our moderator. Hey, Queen Colabobs, thank you for being here tonight and helping with the show. There's Bela Claire is here. Yay, Bree is here. Hi, Bree. There's Ariel Rogers. Oh, look, Nigella for me is here. Oh, my God. Yes, I'm back. Yeah, and Lamb Chop's back, too. That's right. Well, it is so good to have you all here. There's Flying Light is here. Laura M is here. Yay, how much fun it is to have all of you here today. Isn't that wonderful? Well, welcome to our Monday show. You know what we do on Monday? We talk about astrology. That's right. Hold on, I gotta adjust my camera. Am I on camera? You guys hear me? It's so good to have you here. Well, welcome. Well, Lamb Chop, we're gonna talk about the stars today. What's that? Oh, yes, about the big wheel. No, don't worry. No stars are going to fall from the sky. Okay, don't worry about that. It's okay. He gets nervous sometimes, worries about things. You see my necklace again? How do you guys like my pendant? Isn't that cool? This was a gift. I got to tell you, why don't you go over there and sit down? Okay. Yeah, go on over there. All right, I'm going to sit you over there. Thank you, Lamb Chop. Oh my gosh, it's so much fun to see. Hi, Laura M. Yes, Lamb Chop's with us tonight, Anyways, this pendant, I got to tell you, my friend Danny Massey, he's here at YouTube. I don't know if he's watching tonight. God bless you, Danny. I so enjoyed. Danny sent me this pendant last year for my birthday, and it's a vintage 1970s astrology wheel, and I just love it. So, say goodbye, be styling and profiling. How's that? And I'm wearing my big jeweled Christmas tree brooch, or Yule tree. I call it a Yule tree, and it's little rubies and emeralds and diamonds sparkling on gold. So, Psychic Bob like his bling, I like my bling. Well, it's so good to be with you guys. Well, welcome to our show tonight, How are you guys doing out there? Huh? Is everybody okay? Wow. Kim Osborne just said, I won't make the live show tomorrow. I have to work, but I'll be on, but I'll still come in about 1. Well, we hope you'll be here. Gosh, we'd love for you to be here if you can. I'm sorry if you're going to miss us. By the way, just to remind you, because I know I'll forget, tomorrow we're going to do our live show at, I got to check the time. I may have to move till 7 tomorrow. I think we're going to do it at 7 because I have, let me check that out. I got to come back to you because I'll put out an announcement in the morning. I've got some readings tomorrow, and I think actually we're going to do a show at 12 o'clock noon. That's right. We'll do our show at noon, and then I have readings later in the day, and then, anyways, yeah, let me check my schedule. I can't remember what time I'm on, but I think we're going to do 12 o'clock. Well, welcome to our show today. Today's when we gather and we talk about the stars. What's going on in the stars, astrology-wise? And I tell you, we've got a lot that's really going on this week. This week might be a little bit of a challenging week. Psychic Bob doesn't lie. If it's going to be a little rough, I like to prepare you. Now, don't take this as doom and gloom that everything's going to hell and, no point continuing on. I always say if we have some challenging aspects in the zodiac, that's, they're saying forewarned is forearmed. Don't let negative aspects in your astrology scare you. Don't let them make you feel like you can't do anything, because I have seen astrologers tell people, they'll say, oh, we just can't do this and it's just not going to happen. And I always say, when you see a challenging aspect, that's your chance to be creative. It's a chance to find a way around what are the challenges, you see. So I want you to keep that in mind, because we're going to have a few challenges in our chart this week, you know. But I really think that we're going to get through it just fine, as long as you keep some things in mind, you know. Anyways, by the way, a few quick announcements, just I always forget. We are still taking registration for the December 19th Psychic Bob's Inner Circle. I'm teaching a class on the mysteries of the Zodiac, the 12 signs of the Zodiac, and my astrology prophecies. That is going to be a private class that is held on Zoom on December 19th. That's Sunday, December 19th at 12 o'clock noon Eastern Time. If you are interested in that, shoot me an email over at my website, PsychicBob.com, and I will get you on the list for that. We are limiting the class to only 10 people. So if you want to be in on that class, you know, I need to know ASAP, because we're almost full. We have maybe 3 or 4 spots left. So I'd love to get you in. But that's December 19th at 12 o'clock noon Sunday, live astrology. It's going to be a live class on Zoom. Now, for those of you who are saying, well, I don't know how to work Zoom or all that, you don't have to know anything. All you do is, you know, when you write to me, I'll get your email. I'll put that email on the list. I'm sending out a link on Sunday, on the December 19th, to everybody who registered. And so what you'll get in your email is a link. It'll say, please join Psychic Bob's class. You click on the link, and then it opens up Zoom on your computer or your phone. And then it brings you into the classroom. And you'll be there with me and with the other students live. So I would love to have you there. And, you know, so if you enjoy astrology, you don't want to miss that class, because, you know, in Psychic Bob's Inner Circle, I'm talking about all the stuff that I can't talk about here on YouTube. You know, this past Sunday, we talked about the alien agenda and what's really going on. Stuff I can't say here on YouTube. So if you want to know kind of some of the truth of what's going on in the world and how it's going to affect you and how you can, you know, get on with that, you want to join the Inner Circle group. You really do. All right. So just something to think about. Okay. Also, we got a lot going on this month. Don't forget that I'm taking emails also for the Witch's Tea. Go ahead and write to me at my website. The Witch's Tea is going to be on December 22nd. It's a Wednesday afternoon, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. It's a meet and greet for the members of the Order of the Purple Cord. Now, you don't have to be a member. If you're interested in joining the order, it's a great way to come out, because we're going to talk about the work that we're going to do this year as a Wiccan group. We are a Wiccan coven. We're an online eclectic group of Wiccans who, you know, people who have a like mind who want to gather. I know a lot of you out there are, you know, independent. You're, what do you call, solitary. But, you know, even we solitaries occasionally like to get together with people. So the Order of the Purple Cord is a Wiccan and online Wiccan coven. We're going to start doing monthly rituals, or once a month we meet and we do some magic together. But our first meetup is going to be the Witch's Tea. And what you want to do for that is just come, bring a good cup of tea with you, or if coffee if you like. It doesn't have to be tea. But most people are going to have tea, and bring a little snack with you. And you're going to be on Zoom to meet and greet people. And I'll be there. We're going to do the installation of Lady Cola as our new high priestess of the order. So it's going to be a special event. And I would love to have all of you join that want to join the Order of the Purple Cord. So I know in the last few months we haven't really done anything. It's just Psychic Bob's schedule's been impossible. And we've had to have some changes in the officership. So if you're interested in joining the Order of the Purple Cord, come and join us on Wednesday, December 22nd, okay, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. So, Cola, are we having any trolls in the chat today? And, you know, if you're coming here to make trouble for our show tonight, we're kicking you out. Queen Cola Bob's my little Jack Russell, and she has my permission to go after you. So, you know, if you're here to make trouble, you know, you're not going to sustain, okay? So good. Well, I'm glad Lady Cola's here. And soon she will be officially, well, she is the high priestess right now. She's acting high priestess of the order. And then on the witch's tea on the 27th, we're going to do a formal ritual to install her in the office of high priestess. So I'm looking forward to it, and we can't wait to have all of you there. All right, so what's going on in the stars? Oops, I'm knocking stuff over. What is going on in the stars? Let's talk about that. Hold on, I'm losing my voice today. By the way, if you're hearing wind in the background, we're having a major storm blow in right now. So if I lose power, I'm okay. It's just an electrical thing. Yeah, you hear the whistling? That's my windows. The wind is hitting. I live in a high rise. And the wind whips around the corner of the building and it makes whistling sound. Just the architecture. And the windows are old in my house. So they make noise. So I apologize for the background noise. Stephanie Buster says, I hear lots of wind. Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of wind here. So I hope you guys can hear me. So we're going to try to continue on despite the wind. Yeah, sometimes the whole building sways, Nigella. Nigella for me says, that's a strong wind. Yeah, it is. It sounds like a tornado. It does, doesn't it? Well, I'm okay for the moment. It just sounds bad. But you know, it always starts some weather climate change when I'm in the middle of doing a show. I can set my clock by when it's going to storm. If I have a show scheduled, the weather's going to act up. I'm telling you, it's like this in my world. So, anyways, how do you guys like my bling today? You like my big pendant? This puts me in a really great astrology mood. By the way, just so you know, if anybody's interested, it's not on my website yet, but I am going to be selling astrology charts. So if you want your natal chart done, I'm selling those. It's $45 a chart. But what you get is a printout of your chart, and then I write a personal report. It's not some computer printout by a computer. I actually sit and study your chart and write my own personal summary for you. So it's like Psychic Bob's, doing a little private reading for you, Thank you, Lariam. Lariam says, you look great with your bling. Everybody say a prayer for Queen Kolobobs because she's in a place where an even worse storm is coming in. We're both in storms tonight. We both might lose our power. It's just drama. Where Queen Kolobobs is, there's a major winter storm coming in. Snow and high winds, like to 100 miles an hour. Last time, most of northern England lost all its power, So let's say a prayer for her that she'll be safe tonight, okay? Yeah, it's Storm Bara is the name of it, All right, we got to get on to stars. I'm going to talk about everything but. All right. So what do we got going? Well, our forecast today is starting for Monday. It's Monday, 12/6, December the 6th, 2021, through Sunday, December the 12th, 2021, okay? And I tell you, as I said earlier, this might be a little bit of a challenging week, but bear with me, okay? So what do we got going on? Here, let me slide over out of the camera. All right, well, we're starting off today with our sun in Sagittarius. Happy birthday to our Sag babies. You guys rock. Happy birthday. We've got our moon in Capricorn. And what all this means now, Sagittarius is a fire sign. That's energy to go out and be inspired. Our moon is in Capricorn, which is a grounding earth sign. So this is a nice balance because you can go for your goals today and still keep a level head and a balance. Now, let me tell you, we also got today, starting off this week, our sun is conjunct Mercury, which is a great, powerful aspect. Opens up lines of communications. And then this week, we also have some interest. Well, let me come back to that. Let's tell you what today's transits are. So, sun conjunct Mercury. Our moon is trine Uranus. Mercury is square Neptune. Venus is conjunct Pluto. Mars is square Jupiter. Mars is trine Neptune. And Saturn is square Uranus. There are a lot of major aspects going on today. And so this is a day where it may be we're getting towards the end of the day for most of us, but it may be a bit of a challenging time to get things moving. And if you've had a day where you've been feeling a little frustrated, don't worry about it because things will get better. The challenges that we have today is that, we've got Saturn square Uranus. Now that transit's going on all week long. Saturn square Uranus means that people's mouths will be loose. Like Saturn, I call it the brakes of the zodiac. And Uranus is the radical planet. And Saturn square Uranus is a negative aspect. And that means like there's just no holds barred. If people are just out of control. And I can tell you, I saw that today. I went down to Old Town with Queen Colabob's. And people were driving radical today. People were running stoplights. I was in the crosswalk, almost got hit like 3 different times. And I thought, what is going on? Well, when I got home and checked the charts, I said, that makes sense because Saturn was square Uranus all day. So people are not paying attention. People are out of control. Yes, Queen Colabob said it. Loose lips sink ships. So for you, all of you this week, the first thing I've got to say is zip it. All right? Everybody around you might be running their mouth this week. But if you want to be a wise person and have some power, you got to stay in control. But Saturn square Uranus makes people act a little wonky. So unfortunately, we have that transit all week. Now, we also have another transit that's with us all week long. It's very interesting, is our sun is in opposition to Lilith. Now, I usually don't put a lot of stock in the asteroids. Lilith is an asteroid that orbits the Earth. And Lilith is a complex asteroid. Lilith means that sometimes you bring out your inner hidden mystery. Sometimes it represents the dark side of ourself. And with the sun in opposition to Lilith, this is kind of like the negative, the darkness of your inner darkness rises, but with that sun in opposition to it, it tempers it and balances it. And it creates kind of almost a magical energy this week. You may find that you have insights and wisdom and talents to a degree that you didn't have before. Like let's say that you're a gifted speaker. Well, with sun opposition Lilith, you might be able to speak in such a way that you're channeling and you've never channeled, but amazing things come out. Sun opposition Lilith can bring out some very mysterious talents and behaviors. So that is going to be a blessing, yet it's a little challenge because Lilith can be a little tricky. And it's easy to take your talents and take them to a dark side, So that's a little concern, but it's also could be a tool this week. So allow yourself to be expressive as long as you keep a little control, okay? Now, what's going on Tuesday? All right, so tomorrow on December the 7th, we've still got our moon in Capricorn. That's that nurturing earth energy. We also have Sun conjunct Mercury again, which opens up powers of communication. We've got our moon in conjunction to Venus and Venus in conjunction to Pluto. What does that mean? Well, with our Sun conjunct Mercury, that's power to break through in communication. So you want to talk tomorrow, be talking, okay? But where you want to put your focus is on personal relationships. That moon conjunct Venus means that you're going to be aware of how you feel emotionally inside, how you feel about other people. You're going to have clarity, particularly in issues related to love and relationship. With Venus conjunct Pluto, that's a really good aspect. That means relationships, you can look into the future, you can see where you're going, there'll be clarity. So you want to focus tomorrow on sitting down, having heart-to-hearts with people, and getting to know, get to know yourself, know your partner, have a heart-to-heart, and really share your expressions. Because those expressions are really going to give you a lot of blessing. So it's relationship work day. If you're in a relationship where you're saying, me and my husband or my wife or my boyfriend or girlfriend, we haven't been talking for 6 months and we're throwing evil glances at each other, try to just feel in your heart how you felt at the beginning of that relationship and you can bring that back, you know? You can sit down and share how you feel and really open that love again. So it's a relationship healing day tomorrow. I think Tuesday's going to be wonderful. Now, let me just caution you. I didn't say it, but we still do have Saturn square Uranus on Tuesday. So be honest, but don't get out of control with your honesty, you know. Temper it with moderation, okay? And then you'll have a healing day. Saturn square Uranus makes me a little nervous, okay? Even in the best of discussions, there's room to mess it up, okay? Yay. All right, wonderful. Okay, good. All right, yes, I agree, Shannon. Shannon Welsh says, that's amazing. Maybe we just need more of that. I think that heart-to-heart energy is wonderful. All right. Now, on Wednesday, what's going on Wednesday? Well, we have a major transit. Our moon is moving over into Aquarius. Aquarius. If you were here last night, you saw me singing. By the way, thank you to all of you who came out to last night's show. Your kind support and the donations always help. So I appreciate any donations when I do shows, and you guys rock. Thank you. So our moon is moving over into Aquarius, okay? Now, Wednesday's going to be a day that's a little challenging on the emotional front because we've got our sun square Neptune, our sun in opposition to Lilith, and our moon square Uranus. These square aspects are a little bit of challenge. With that Aquarian energy that opens up feeling inspired to communicate. Aquarius is an air sign, but with that sun square Neptune, it may be challenging to feel sensitive inwardly and to sense people's emotions as well as your own. With that moon square Uranus, it also means that emotions may be feeling a little wonky, a little radical. So people may be a little bit all over the place on Wednesday. It's a challenging day emotionally. And with that sun in opposition to Lilith, remember Lilith can be tricky. It's not an absolute disaster of a day, but it's a day where you're going to have to really check yourself. What's that saying? Check yourself before you wreck yourself. That's what we want to think about on Wednesday, okay? So that's Wednesday. Wednesday's all about balancing our emotions and, being careful with how we treat others because people around us may not be very sensitive. And we maybe get our feelings hurt too, Queen Cola Bob says, she's talking to Nigel and she says, I'm going to steal Bob's necklaces. I don't think he will part with that one, hun. Who wants to take my necklace? Oh, there's Nigella says, Queen Cola Bob's, I need you to steal Bob's necklace for me and send it to me here in New Mexico. Oh, you're so sweet. This is an original 1970s piece, and I just treasure because it was never, it's got the original chain and everything. It's mint, not even scratched. Look, it's never been out of the box till I wore it. Because when Danny sent it to me, it was still in the original box that it came in from the 70s. It had never been opened. So it's like time capsule piece. Back in the 1970s, Nigella, you may remember this. Everybody was into astrology. It was all the rage. Gene Dixon's books were selling. I'm telling you, I wish I'd been older then and wrote an astrology book. I'd have made millions, So, did we freeze? I hope we can hear me. What I was saying is, Nigella, you're so sweet. I'm so glad that you love my necklace. It's an original from the 1970s. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. So, all right. So let's continue on. So on Thursday, the 9th of December this week, we've got our moon still in Aquarius. That's that open-minded mystic energy. Our moon is square Mars. Our moon is conjunct Jupiter, and Venus is conjunct Pluto, okay? This is an interesting combination because that Aquarian energy, again, opens up lightness and communication. Our challenging aspect is moon square Mars, which means that you may have trouble having a psychic sense or feeling like you know what's coming. But what's interesting is we've got our moon conjunct Jupiter and Venus conjunct Pluto. And what this means is there could be surprise romance on Thursday. Just when you think you're not going to meet somebody and you're going to be alone and you've given up on love, that moon conjunct Jupiter brings a wealth of blessings, and Venus conjunct Pluto means things come into motion and rapport with people that set long-term energy. So I'm going to tell you, I think Thursday, some of you are going to end up meeting people that's going to bring a love relationship into your life. So if you're looking for a partner and say, I'm tired of being alone, I think Thursday's the love day. If you say, what's our love day this week? Thursday. But the funny part is you won't really know it at first, but it'll happen, and when you least expect it, love will come into your life. So isn't that wonderful? So that's a nice transit day, a nice set of alignments to have, because, you know, Wednesdays are overly sensitive day, but Thursday, it's like things smooth out. So don't worry. That's why I always say when we have a challenging sign to this Zodiac, don't get overwhelmed by it, okay? Now, as we move into the weekend on Friday, and let's all pray we make it a Friday, because you know some weeks we think, good God, am I going to make it? We're going to make it, okay? Trust me. All right, our moon is moving into Pisces. Oh, I love Pisces. It's such a mystical energy, you know? All right, are we broadcasting, Queen Cola Bobs? I hope we're broadcasting. Yay. Hey, Jeffrey McIntyre. Good to see you. Welcome back. Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. If you missed the first part of the show, you're going to have to go back and watch it because we're partway through astrology now. We're covering all the transits of the week. All right, so what's going on with our weekend? Well, when we get to Friday, that's December the 10th, our moon is moving into Pisces, and it's a wonderful thing. It'll put you in touch with that inner psychism, okay? Jeffrey, thank you for your donation. Blessings to you. You rock. Thank you so much. I'm going through the transits, so bear with me, okay? I'll let you ask a question in a little while. Thank you for your support. The donations make all the difference. So on Friday, we've got our Sun square Neptune. We've got Mercury square Neptune and Mars square Jupiter. Now, this is an interesting set of transits because with that Mars square Jupiter, okay, that brings a lot of blessing. Financial blessing, inspiration to make money, things go. You might be tempted though. Remember, we've got Saturn square Uranus and then Mars square Neptune. You might be tempted to really run your mouth, but don't. On Friday, you can make a lot of business success. It's a great day for business, provided, and here's the caveat, that you stick to the facts of the day. You may feel very psychic, like you just know and you can say anything you want on Friday, but don't go there. Stick simply to the facts. Don't engage in speculation. That Pisces moon energy really brings out the psychism, but with the Sun square Neptune, it means you're going to miss the mark. I may not do any psychic readings on Friday. Maybe I'll just stick to astrology. Astrology, you can get straight to the facts. But anyways, you see, you don't want to get too assumptive and too full of yourself. Stick to the facts. That's where success is for you guys on Friday, okay? So you with me? We got it? No speculation. You're going to feel psychic. You're going to say, I just know. But you may not know. So if you're in a business deal, don't make big grandiose promises. If you're in a job interview on Friday, don't say, oh, I know I can do that when you've never done a task. Be honest and say, I have not done that, but I'm willing to learn it. You want to keep Friday very practical and down to earth because Pisces, one of the aspects of that Piscean energy at the minute is you'll feel dreamy and things that are not real, you'll believe are real within yourself, and you could get yourself into a bad situation, okay? You know. Oh, thank you, Kim. Kim says, I feel like I have my family here tonight. Beautiful, peaceful live show. Blessings to you, Kim. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're here. Well, you know, that's what Monday's about. Monday is like my day off, okay? I don't do any readings or answer the phone or emails. Any of you have been trying to contact me, I will get to you tomorrow. You know, I'm sure your emails will come in, but I'll deal with you all tomorrow. All right? This is my day off. But I don't want to miss being here with you, so I do a live show still, even though it's my day off, you know? Thank you, Nigella. Nigella says, I agree, Kim. This is a warm, inviting place to be. God bless you. Thank you. You guys are the best. Love you both. So, all right. So we're square clear on Friday. All right. You may feel psychic, but don't make assumptions. All right. Let's go on. What's going on Saturday? Well, Saturday is an interesting day because that psychism that came in with Pisces is still present. Our moon is still in Pisces. We've got our sun square the moon, our moon square Mercury, and the moon conjunct Neptune. That moon conjunct Neptune is opening up a real powerful psychic current. And the moon in Pisces, again, further heightens that. So, on Friday, you may have missed the mark psychically, but on Saturday, you're going to be right on point. So you can trust that inner voice, that inner knowing. However, with that moon square Mercury and that sun square the moon, that's a bit of a caution. It says, you know your stuff and you'll be right, but stay silent. Don't reveal your knowledge yet. The alignments indicate that people aren't really ready yet to hear your truth. Will you know your truth? Yes. Will you have inside information? Absolutely. Saturday's all about the hidden mysteries, the inner facts, what's really coming up. And people that are around you aren't going to be focused. So just hold on to your knowledge. Remember, we still have Saturn square Uranus even on Saturday. So people will be running their mouths speculating, and you might sit there and say, all y'all are wrong, that is crazy, and you know it and you're right, but don't say it because they're not ready to hear it yet, okay? So that's how you got to handle it. Just stay silent. You'll be right, and in the end, time will prove you right, but you got to be patient. Saturday's all about knowing and yet being silent and being patient. All right? And then we end this week on Sunday on December the 12th. 12/12. That's a magical day, isn't it? Just in itself. And we're having a major shift. On Sunday, our moon is moving into Aries. That's fire energy. That's inspirational. That's Martian rolled energy. We have our sun still square Neptune, and our moon is trine Mars. With that, again, it's a similar energy to Saturn in that you cannot take that inner knowledge yet to the outer world. Sunday is like Saturday. It's a day of rest, really kind of withdrawal from the world. Moon moving into Aries, though, does mean you can go out and have some fun. So make it a lighthearted day. Don't try to tackle any really serious stuff. Keep it a relaxing day. Monday, you know, Sunday they say is the day of rest, and I really think it's a good idea, especially this week. So the moon trine Mars means you feel excited and inspired. I would say direct that energy to hobbies or to projects that you've been wanting to do. Maybe even saying, you know, I really want to redecorate my bedroom. Well, Sunday's a good day for that. That Aries energy will give you physical stamina, and that moon trine Mars means you get inspired and can create from a place of vision and creativity. But the sun square Neptune means you know stuff, but don't reveal it yet. The outer world's not ready. All right, so make Sunday all about a day of rest. Make it about enjoying your hobbies, enjoy your home. I think it's a really good stay-at-home day on Sunday. I really do. And you know what? You can be here on Sunday night for our live show at 7 p.m. where I'll be doing live psychic readings. So, well, I am so glad you guys are here today. And anyways, did any of you take just a few questions? Now, we're going to do psychic readings tomorrow, but I'm going to limit it to kind of some astrology questions today. If you want psychic readings, be here tomorrow. I believe it's at 12 o'clock noon on Tuesday. And we're going to do a live stream of it. If that changes, I'll put out a notice. But that's what we're planning right now. And I would love to have you here. Oh my gosh, we got another donation. Mysterious 1111. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. $3. Well, you know, Mysterious, As I said, I'm limiting this to astrology questions today. Let me come back to you, Mysterious, because I realize I also forgot Jeff who donated. So think up a question, Mysterious. Jeff McIntyre says, as a Christian, can I still follow astrology? Well, you know, Jeff, I have to tell you, I personally would say yes. Now, your church might disagree with me, but let me give you my way of looking at this, because I got to tell you, Jeff, when I was a child, I was not really raised in I was raised in a somewhat Christian home, but not really. My family is very liberal about Christianity. And I loved astrology. I started studying astrology when I was 10 years old. It's been my passion all my life. But I had some neighbors one day. I was carrying one of my astrology books, and one of my neighbors said, well, that's not good. That's against God. You can't do astrology. And I went home and told my mom. I said, my neighbor was like mad at me and told me that it was wrong. And she said, some Christians are against it. I said, but I don't see anything wrong with it. This is my view, all right? If you're a Christian, don't you have to acknowledge that God created the universe, okay? This is, the Zodiac wheel represents the universe, or at least our solar system, but it's a sign of the universe. God created all the universe. God set all things in motion according to the Bible. I think that's true. All right, I don't have a problem with that. But I also believe that God is always revealing himself or herself or their selves to us. Depends on your definition of God. But the traditional Christian will say himself. If God is revealing himself to us always, will his truths not be seen in the world around us? Astrology is simply studying alignments of physical objects. You see, now people will say, some churches will quote, and I've heard this quote used against astrologers, you are worshiping the creation, not the creator. Now let me tell you, we don't worship the sun and the moon, the stars. We see them as signs of divinity. God's power is shown through these things that he created. And that as God creates the universe, we're meant to use our minds. We come into this earth to use our minds to grow, to learn, and to know. And so when we study the creation of the divine, we know the creator. And so I'd say if you're a Christian, you want to study astrology, understand that we don't worship the planets and the stars, but we see them as things placed and created by the true divine power that help us to know him. Knowing, and the thing with astrology is it's really accurate. It's amazingly accurate. And so I think of it as very scientific. In fact, for those of you who are Christian, one of the things you want to remember is that astronomy, or modern science, started with astrology. So they're interconnected, you know. Scotty Boy has a good point. Scotty Boy says, I think if God, creator, didn't want us to look at the stars, he would have blocked it from our sight. I say look. I say look too. And what's interesting about astrology is it has not only an historical element that has been charted since ancient times. You can go back and study the claims of astrology. You can say, well, what happened when the sun was eclipsed in June of 1930, right? June 20th, 1930, that there was an eclipse of the sun. Well, you can go back and see what astrologers at the time said would happen because of that. And then you can study the history and realize that eclipse really showed us something. So the heavens were giving us messages. God speaks through all of his creation. And I think that's part of the challenge, because some Christian churches want to so disconnect from creation because they're like, God is going to just, it comes to a millennial philosophy in some churches, not all churches. But some will say, well, God's coming back. The earth's going to burn up in a flame of fire. That's what it says in the Bible. Everything will be destroyed in a fire, so we don't need to care about it. But you see, that believing that and holding on to that fear, it's fear-based because God's going to destroy everything. It makes us not appreciate our creation. How can you appreciate the earth if you think God's just going to burn it up? And this is what's brought us to kind of our pollution crises of the world, is that people haven't cared about the earth and cared about the world around us. And when we care about that, everything changes. See, I think astrology promotes a holistic view of life. That's my view. So anyways, I hope, Jeff, that helps you a little bit, okay? Thank you so very much for being here. All right, Mysterious 1111 says, my cousin died 2 weeks ago. He overdosed on fentanyl pills. He's all I can think and very depressed. Is he in peace? Mysterious, I don't want, it's not that I don't want to help you, hun, but I'm not opening the channel today for that sort of question. I'm going to do that tomorrow. So if you can be here tomorrow, then I'm going to open the channel for mediumship. On my day off, I make it a point not to overstrain my channel. And it's not that I don't want to help. I'm really sorry about your cousin. But I will be happy if you can be here tomorrow. I'll answer that for you. And if you're not able to be here, I'll still answer it and then you can watch it, okay? So please, thank you for your kind donation. But I'm just not doing mediumship today. Monday is only for astrology. And I hope you understand. Because even Psychic Bob has to have a little break. I work 7 days a week, really, as I say. Even today, it's my day off. I still end up having to do some work. But I'm trying not to overstrain myself on Monday. Because, you know, Psychic Bob wants to be here with you guys for the long term. And to be here long term, I have to balance my energies as well. And Mysterious, I am really, really, really sorry about your cousin. I think it's terrible. And I hope you do understand. You said, okay. Thank you so much for your kind understanding. So tomorrow I will be doing mediumship. So, you know, like, it may be different for different psychics. Some of you may feel different. But as a psychic, it takes a lot of physical stamina to open the channel, to make the connection. Oh, yeah. And so I have to honor my physical body. And people say, well, it's all spiritual. Why does it strain you? Because when you're in the physical body, to open a spiritual channel like that, it's actually a lot of energy between the body, the spirit body, and the physical body. Thank you so much, Mr. I love you, darling. I'm so sorry this happened. Thank you. Tomorrow we'll look into that. Hi, Nigella. Nigella for me says, Bob, does astrology have anything to do with the intense dreams I've been having in the last few days? That's a really good question because astrology can affect the dreams. You know, Nigella, are you an Aries? For some reason in my mind, I have you as an Aries. You know, because right now, you know, as we're in Sagittarius, that's a fire sign, and an Aries is also a fire sign. And sometimes too much fire can overstimulate somebody, you know? And that can affect your sleep cycle. So fire signs, even though that's a power aspect, sometimes it can overwhelm you. So yes, it can. The alignments of the planets and stars can affect us, and especially if you're psychically sensitive. You know, I think that pretty much everybody who comes to my channel is psychically sensitive. And so, you know, some of you may be feeling it more than other people, you know. Hi, Sharon Welch. Sharon says, is it true that Pisces are prone to addiction? Yes, that is one of the challenging aspects of the sign of Pisces. Now, that doesn't mean every Pisces is an addict, but Pisces have a little more inclination that way than to some of the other signs. Because Pisces is one of actually the most psychic signs of the Zodiac. And I have found, Shannon, that many people that are drug addicts, and I've done a lot of readings for addicts, what I really find at the core of their being is that they have a deep-seated memory of life at home, life on the other side. And they come down to this world and it overwhelms them. Pisces are so attuned to that spirit energy that the addiction is like almost a craving to go back home in some ways because they never really left it and they miss it. So yes, okay. Wade Clark says, can astrology ever be wrong? You know, I don't know that astrology itself is wrong. I think we as astrologers get it wrong. I think that the messages and the energies are accurately in motion and do play out. But I think that as astrologers, our interpretation of those forces in motion sometimes can be wrong. So I would say don't blame astrology, blame the astrologer. Yeah. I hope so. I hope that makes some sense. Thank you. Good questions. You guys ask great questions. Oh, Mysterious 1111 says, I'm Pisces rising. Isn't that interesting? Well, Pisces rising sign, our rising sign is how the world sees us, how we enter into the world. So that indicates that you bring a psychic nature into the world already, and the world perceives your sensitive nature. That's really interesting. Yay. Oh my gosh. Yay. So, yeah, I'm a Leo rising. Yay. Leo energy, a lot of public, like you're good at speaking, putting your thoughts out there in the world. I think that's wonderful. I've always said Queen Kolobob should be in the movie. She's a dramatic personality. A lot of Leo's dramatic personality. Leo rising, that really comes through on that. Shannon Welch says, Pisces, the dreamy state. That makes sense. That's right. And back in the Victorian times, they used to have these things called opium dens. It wasn't illegal. You could literally go and smoke opium. And that's where, a lot of Pisces people would have been found in those days because opium puts you in a dreamy state. Now, that doesn't mean you should smoke opium. I'm not encouraging that. Don't do that. But in the time, they didn't know it was addictive and dangerous as it became. But I bet you anything, there were a lot of Pisces in those. Caden Sauer. Hi, Caden. Listen, Caden, you're on my list of people to call, so I didn't forget you, just so you know, okay? Caden says, how do the stars affect us on a daily basis? Well, let me put it this way. I don't believe every star affects us equally because some stars are more powerful. The things that affect us the strongest on the daily basis are the sun and the moon, the alignments of the sun and the moon, because those are called the great illuminators of the zodiac. The moon affects us on a daily basis it affects our inner self, how we feel and how we relate to our day. So I think if you want to kind of if you're not really up and you don't have time to read all the astrology alignments, I mean, not everybody's an astrology nerd like I am. I get excited about the placement of every little planet. But I would say look up what the moon sign is for the day. And if you find the moon sign, that'll give you an insight of a lot of how your day's going to go. So hopefully that helps a little bit. Karen Bryant says, I am a Libra. Karen, I should do a whole special show just on letting people ask about their signs. But Libras are people, they like to create harmony. Libras hate conflict. And as a Libra, I bet you anything, they're great at being team members. And they're also great leaders because they know how to bring harmony to groups. And so I think that's really wonderful being a Libra. A lot of energy there. Libras hate conflict, though. And they'll do anything to bring peace to people. And they're great communicators. Libras and Aquariuses make great friends. Bree says, is Vedic astrology more accurate than Western? Bree, I've met a number of Indian astrologers over the years. I think they're really amazing, but I've met a number of Western astrologers. I don't think either is more accurate. I just think they go about slightly different, and sometimes their interpretations are different, but they're both, in my opinion, good systems. I have not really studied the Vedic astrology, though I'm curious about it. One of the things that I do like in the Vedic astrology is that they have what they call the Navaratna. Some of you guys may have seen it. Navaratna are the 9 mystic gems of the Zodiac. And I think that's cool. Now, we have birthstones also. We have 12 gems. They have 9. The difference is that in the Indian tradition, the gems are like the same. In the Western tradition, they shift around sometimes. Oops, hold on a second, guys. I got some. Okay. Anyways, I thought there was an electrical problem in my house. We're okay. So anyways, is one more accurate than the other? I don't think so. Now the Indians, I'll just be honest, I've talked to Indian astrologers. They'll tell you if you say, oh, the Indian is superior, the Westerners don't really have it right. I disagree with that. I think they're both equal. They're different, but they're equal. Kim Osborne has a question. She said, Bob, why does the full moon draw all energy out of my body through my feet? Well, you know what that is when the moon is full, it's in what we call opposition to the earth. That's an astrological aspect. And an opposition, for some people, proves challenging energetically. It's interesting, the witches do their rituals at the full moon because the mother's power and the earth energy are at their strongest. So I think it's a sign that you're sensitive to that kind of, it's like magnets, okay? You know when you have magnets and you put the two north nodes together, they repel? Have you ever had magnets? And if you put them one way together, they stick together, but you take and flip it around and then they push back, they won't stick. That's kind of what happens when the moon and the earth are in opposition. It's like magnets. They want to be repelled. They want to repel each other a little bit. And for some people, that makes them feel sensitive. Okay. Also, that happens many times at the dark moon. The full moon, the dark moon is when the moon is a black disk in the sky. It's the opposite of the full moon. And a lot of people get drained energetically. Queen Colobobs can tell you that both of us this week, we had the dark moon. I don't remember what day it was. It was last week. Was it Thursday? Anyways, I don't have it in front of me. But on the day of the dark moon, I was so tired. I could hardly get out of bed all day. I couldn't move. So dark moon does that effect as well, Shannon Welch says, 11:11, do you follow, oh, she's talking to 11:11. Well, I'm going to answer that question. Do you follow your rising sign horoscope first? The rising sign is a great thing to follow as well. I think both of them are valuable. I do feel that our sun sign is really, though, where the core of the knowledge is. The rising sign has kind of an aspect in that it's how we appear to the world and how we present to the world. But it may not always be, this is my personal belief, and you may disagree, that it always represents us in our fuller self. So you might have, for example, let me think of, Gemini rising, all right? Gemini means you're great at partnerships, all right? But your true sign might be Pisces. Pisces tend to be a little more introvert. So you might appear by a Gemini rising to be somebody who's gregarious and communicator and outward, but really your true nature is like a Pisces, more inner. You see? So that's why I'm saying the rising sign does carry power and does point to truths, but it may not be always the truth. I think the sun sign is, in my sense, the more important sign, Oh, Caden says, Lord Ision is an Aquarius. I think that a part of the reason he's so psychically in tune. Oh, that's so sweet. We're in the age of Aquarius or enlightenment. A lot of Aquarians are very psychic. There are a few signs. Everybody can be psychic. So don't let your astrology side. Don't say, well, I'm a Taurus. I can't be psychic. That's not true. Anybody can be psychic. But some have a tendency towards that. And the signs, Scorpios are very psychic. Virgos and Pisces, those signs tend to be the most psychic. Now, that doesn't mean if you're a Capricorn, you're not psychic, because Queen Colobobs is very psychic. She has, planets. You have to know what all the planets are that around you, because you may be in a sign that's not traditionally considered psychic, but you may have a lot of Neptune aspects and things that balance that. So this is why when we talk about astrology, I have to tell people, it's not just when you read your horoscope in the newspaper, it's based on the sun sign, but really, you down to the individual chart is where you find the truth about people, So, anyways, yay, you guys are asking good questions. Oh, God bless you. Miércoles Gomez says, Psychic Bob, you're such an amazing psychic. Thank you for all you do. You inspire me. Thank you. You inspire me by being here and your kind support. Thank you. I try to do the best I can. I'm not always perfect. Say there's some better than me out there. I don't claim to be number one. I'm fortunate that I am in a well-known position, and at least in the United States, and I do get a lot of work. But one thing I want people to know, I am sincere about what I do. I'm not just here to be money grubbing and, just putting on an act. I really live the psychic life. And Queen Colabobs knows me very well. She can tell you I live this life every day. I'm always doing readings. I'm always doing charts for people. I'm always studying the stars. It's what I do, and I love it. And I'm a Wiccan too. I live that fully. It's not just a Sunday thing. I'm a Wiccan 7 days a week. So I'm a mystic. I'm a spiritualist and a Wiccan and a little bit of all that. Here's Brian McHugh says, "Hi, Bob. Bob, it's the busiest man on the planet again. When is the best energy to move forward with my jobs, recruitment for my town between January and May?" Oh, Brian, I'm sorry. I'm not doing private readings tonight. I'm only answering astrology questions. I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to not help you, but it's my day off, so I made a vow to myself to do that when I'm working. Tomorrow on Tuesday, we're going to do B. If you can be here tomorrow, I'll answer your question. I'm sorry, but I'm just not doing private psychic readings tonight, okay? So thank you for your understanding. Blessings to you. Mysterious 1111 has a good question. What's the difference between sidereal and tropical astrology? That's kind of complex, but it basically, I'm going to give you a kind of a nutshell version. It doesn't really fully explain it, but tropical astrology it's based on a preset kind of alignment of the stars. In a sense, it's kind of like a snapshot that was taken 50 years ago and is used as a basis for modern day astrology. Is it out of date? Some people say yes, tropical astrology is out of date. However, people have used that model for thousands of years and it still works. Sidereal astrology is, in a sense, it's a more modern, it's like if we take a photograph of the cosmos as it exists right now and use that, and again, I'm not really explaining this clearly. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's basically determines on where you start the alignment with the planets and how you look at the chart of the sky. So is one more accurate than the other? I don't really see a difference. I think they're just different ways of getting the same information. That's my personal view. Now, other astrologers will disagree with me, and that's cool, The thing about astrology is you'll find that no two astrologers think everything alike. Even though astrology is a very exacting science, I think in some ways, it still has a lot of room for interpretation, All right. Oops. Queen Colaba said, "Oh yeah, we were so drained and tired on the dark moon." That is true, we were. Oh, bless you. Caden says, "Bob's helped me so much. I bought a reading and I know it will be amazing." Caden, I'm looking for that. I will call you tomorrow to get the schedule worked out on that. So thank you for your patience. Okay. Oh, bless you. Kim Osborne says, Ascendant, he is always right. If you don't see things right away, you will. I promise Bob is the real deal." Thank you so much, Kim. God bless you. I try to really help people. See, a lot of times I give stuff in readings. People have private readings. They're like, "Well, I don't know what you're talking about." I said, "Just trust me. It'll make sense." And 2 weeks later, they called me up and said, "Oh, now I get everything you're saying." This is one thing with private readings I like to tell people. Private reading is an investment in yourself. It's investment in your journey, understanding how to move forward. I have private readings, and in your private reading, We cover everything: past, present, future, spirit guides. I bring messages from deceased loved ones. We look at your aura, what energies are emotion, what your soul journey is, what your mission is, all of that. And on top of all that, I also answer all your questions. So I do try to cover a lot in the reading. And those of you who have sat with me know that I'll give you your money's worth. You know, people say, well, if you're spiritual, you do it for free. I said, well, I wish I could do it for free, you know. But psychics, many of us have gone to school. I actually trained for 5 years. I was an apprentice medium. I paid for my training. And so I invested in my life and in my skills. And so I'm a professional in my field, just like your car mechanic's a professional. You wouldn't just take your car to anybody on the street, would you? And say, oh, that guy over there, maybe can fix my car. No, you'd take it to a mechanic because you don't want some stranger messing up your engine, right? Oh, God bless you, Robin. Robin Bob says, Bob is the real deal. He even wowed me on the second reading I had. He has helped me so much. Thank you, Robin. God bless you. You know, you're so kind. You guys have been wonderful to me. So thank you so very much for being here, all of you. Well, guys, listen, it's almost an hour. Oh, we're actually over an hour. And as I said, it's my day off. So I'm going to wrap it up for now. But I want you all to be here 12 o'clock noon tomorrow. We will do psychic reads. For those of you, I just saw some people asking questions. I'm not doing private questions tonight, just astrology questions. So thank you so very much for being here. I love you guys. Remember what I say. If you're at a time of challenge in your life, okay, listen up, don't go away. Remember, the wheel of the zodiac is always spinning above us. And what that means is that each day brings new alignments of power, new opportunities for fresh starts and new beginnings. So keep your feet on the ground, reach for the stars, and you're going to be blessed. And keep faith, hope, and love as part of your journey. You guys are best. I love you all. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. I so enjoyed our time together. And I'm looking forward to being back here tomorrow for 12 o'clock noon for messages from the spirit world. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be awesome. So tune in Tuesday, 12 o'clock noon, and we're going to make it happen. All right, guys, we'll see you back here tomorrow. And until then, may all of you always blessed be. And may the stars of the wheel of the zodiac grant you all your needs. Blessings.